I really don't know if I have the words for this game. This is going to be a different show because Pitt wins the game 30-13, but that was the sloppiest shit I've ever seen in collective football. I am very critical of Pat Narduzzi, and on a night like tonight, at least they won because last year, the year before, this team would have crumbled. But that was the ugliest shit I've ever seen in collective football. I think that there was probably a better game in Pee Wee football than what was presented tonight. Yeah. There's going to be a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, the comment section is going to be just blaring with a number of comments going across the board. Make sure if you want to get your question to the top, you use a super chat button because there's going to be plenty of discussion here tonight. Pitt wins a game 30-13, but you would have thought that Pitt won this game 10-7. I mean, this was, just bad. And I hate to say this because the defense, we'll talk about here tonight, the defense actually played really well. Now, they made mistakes, not staying on sides, multiple times going off sides, face masks, you name it. But tonight, man, the offense was bad. And they still managed to score, I guess technically 23 points because Kenny Johnson returns a punt return for a touchdown. But we're going to go over everything here tonight. I'll plug this in here again. There we go. Before we get into it, guys, make sure if you have a super chat, you want to get questions on the board here, make sure you do a super chat down below because here we're going to do a live reaction and there's going to be plenty of comments as they are flowing in right now. Won't be able to get to all of them here tonight. But we're going to get to the big ones as always. And of course, the super chats go first. But first up, the show is sponsored by Colonial Beer, located at 4986 Library Road in Bethel Park, PA, 15102. I did not stop by there tonight, and I should have because that shit was just, that deserves a drink. I'm not going to lie. After this live stream, I may have one drink. That was just tough. And the best way to get a drink is through Colonial Beer. And again, they have a great number of selections. Bill and Alan, truly two of the best individuals you'll be able to meet, especially in this industry. They're truly the best. Customer service is great. Everyone who works there is great. The selection is through the roof. So make sure you guys go there today. Colonial Beer, located 4986 Library Road in Bethel Park, PA, 15102. Thompson Law Group with Brian Thompson, an attorney on your side. Call them today at 724-799-8404 or visit them at thompsonattorney.com. When you have problems like Pitt did tonight on offense, you may want to call Brian. Maybe not in terms of football, but at least when you need an attorney because the guy guides you through the entire process from beginning to end and cares about you, the individual. Unlike the larger law firms, Brian cares about you, the individual, but not his number, which is a very good thing. He guides you through the process from beginning to end. He answers all the questions that you need. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll make sure he puts someone in front of you that does know the answer. Again, Thompson Law Group with Brian Thompson. Call them at 724-799-8404 or visit them at thompsonattorney.com. Finally, the Cake Collection, the coffee brand by Austin Kitchen at www.thekingscraft.com. Again, I am an AK Espresso guy because, one, it gets me up in the morning, it gets me rolling. It certainly helps out Austin before he heads to the ballpark, and especially in the morning when he gets up in the morning. But as you know, as a professional athlete, it goes all day long. Right now, the Seattle Mariners are in the ALCS, one game away from the World Series. So we'll be rooting for Austin here in the ALCS and the World Series. But more importantly, support his coffee brand. Go online at www.thekingscraft.com. It's the backwards K collection, the black bag. Just finished up another one of his today. Got another one here, but this is the actual bag that he has. Make sure you go today. Go online, get it. That's all you'll need, and you'll be ready to go. All you need is one cup a day, and you'll be ready to go. Make sure you go to the K Collection, the coffee brand by Austin Kitchen, Mount Lebanon alum, Coastal Carolina Chanticleer national champion, and professional baseball player for the Seattle Mariners. Go get yours today. Well, the comments are flowing in here tonight. Let's see here. A number of comments coming in here. That was a bad win. John, I agree. It was bad. Will Z, live reaction. JJ, let's go. I know I usually don't do this, especially when it's a home game, because I'm down there at Anchorage Stadium for every home game, as you guys know. But I figure since I was home here, why not do a live reaction show, especially after that shit we just watched? Again, it is a win. That is the biggest thing to take of this whole entire thing. It is a win. You know, I haven't got to listen to the Pat Narduzzi post-game show. The post-game reaction and listen to his press conference. I will after this. You know, that's just it's been since 2015. There are two things in this game that absolutely just pisses me off. Okay, one, I think people need to understand too. Mason Heinchel is a true freshman. As the game went on, I think he was fine. He was certainly whipping the ball around a number of different places, but he was off balance a number of times. But he is a true freshman. We are expecting this. We are expecting bad games or bad drives. We are expecting that. But the biggest thing for me was just the play of the running backs, the wide receivers, the offensive line. Kendall Stanley, I mean, I think he's going to be a great player, but man, today was a bad game for him. I mean, he was penalized. I mean, I felt like every time he was just stepped in the green, they just penalized him. I mean, the guy just had just penalties galore. And the O-line did not do extremely well today. Obviously, Mason was just under pressure the entire game. But the things that really piss me off are the penalties, and it's the procedure penalties. It's the false start penalties. It's the constant, blatant, bad penalties. Also, and Carlo tweeted it, and I was waiting for it, and you guys know I was already going to hit on it. If we call another timeout on 3rd down and long, or 4th down and long, I swear to God, I swear to the living God himself, Jesus Christ will need to come down and grab me, or else I'm just going to run on the field. Because I don't know what Narduzzi thinks after 11 years of this shit. It's clearly not working. Whatever play you design up in the base defense that you're in, they don't give a shit. I mean, they are literally doing what they want. For the love of God, please, for everything that's holy, stop calling timeouts on 3rd and long. Quit allowing the offensive team to gain a play and draw up a play on your defense that is literally a base defense the entire game. I mean, allow them to make a call with 30 seconds instead of giving them 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know how many times we have to talk about this on every post-game show. And tomorrow, if you've not done so, subscribe down below, hit the like button. Tomorrow, Eric and Harry, I would think that they're going to be on tomorrow for the Sunday conversation. I can't wait to hear what they think. We'll see if GB's on as well. But I mean, for the love of God, it's 11 years. I mean, I'm not asking the guy to go work for Elon Musk or to build a rocket ship. I mean, holy shit. I mean, how many times can you call a timeout with 3rd and long? I mean, we're not creating a new religion. We're not building a stadium. We're not putting field turf down. We're not talking to Steeler fans or Pitt fans at Anchorage Stadium. Just don't call a timeout, buddy. It's 3rd and long. Let the play go, bud. I think he's got to be like 0 for like 20. I think it's honestly magical. The super chat's coming in here. Another Wombat. Was Mason hurt, and why didn't they bring in Gonzalez? Seemed like an unnecessary risk when we had the game under control. Well, another Wombat, to be quite frank with you, I don't think he is hurt because, one, especially some of the throws he had out there, he looked fine after that. Also, two, it just tells you they have no confidence in Gonzalez or Eli Holstein. That's what that tells me. That's just a blatant fact. I think that was number one. That was the number one thing. Number two, clearly he is okay. He has clearly nothing wrong with him. He was throwing the ball very well after that. I just think that the offense was just mumbo jumbo. It was just constant all over the place. Let's see here. Narduzzi is a fraud. We need a real winner or we'll get left behind. Time to go get Gruden. John, please, for the love of God, we are not going to get John Gruden. I actually want winning seasons, not losing seasons. We can't do that. Thank you for the super chat. Another Wombat. Thank you for the super chat, John Waffle. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I mean, it just has to stop. Arduzzi's a fraud. We saw that one. Go back to the comment section here. How are we feeling about the linebackers? Really like Cam. Yeah, I like Cam, but also, too, we have nobody. I mean, that's another thing, too. How are guys on our team all the time? All the time. I mean, it's either a cramp. I mean, I've never seen this shit. I mean, it's like there's a cramp on every play, or a guy gets hurt every single play. There's a flag every single play. And again, this is a privilege to complain about this right now because they did win 30-13, which the defense, for the majority of the game, actually played really well. I mean, they were absolutely dominant. I'll end up sharing my screen here with you guys to go over the numbers. And, I mean, they're pretty good, man. At the end of the day, I can't complain about a lot of that stuff. But the offense was just anemic. And and again, you're watching, you are watching a true freshman quarterback. You're watching this offensive line. The only thing that I don't want to happen is that now, like last year, this was around that time that teams were figuring guys out and understanding what was going on. And right now, it's kind of getting clear. Henny, when will we fire the strength and conditioning coach? It's a great question because at the end of the day, something's got to change. And I think they adapt a lot of this stuff to go with Cade Bell. But also, too, the players do need to take care of their bodies. Whatever they're doing the night before or whatever they're doing the day of, I mean, it does get hot in the dome. I get it. But, nobody on Syracuse's team went down with, nobody on Syracuse's team went down with a cramp. I just don't get it. I don't. What is it with the injuries? Is it strength and conditioning or bad luck? I think it's a little bit of bad luck, but also, too, the players got to take care of their bodies. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't help if a player rolls their ankle or hurts their ankle or hurts their shoulder or, hurts their hand. I mean, it's part of the game of football. It's just right now we're going through historic bad luck. I mean, I'm just hoping Kyle Lewis is good. If I'm a betting man, I don't think Rasheem Biles is going to play next week. I think that they're going to have him sit out next week. Hopefully he's back. Hopefully he's back for the Stanford game. And obviously we'll talk about more of it tomorrow about the severity of next week. Guys, Pitt is 5-2 right now. They only have one loss in the ACC. It is a wide open ACC. We just need these guys to get healthy because it's all there for the taking. And that's another thing too. We'll talk about that more tomorrow on the Sunday conversation. But I mean, these guys got to get healthy. I mean, that is the biggest factor. They got to get healthy. And there has to be a conversation, with Narduzzi. And I would imagine that Alan Green will probably say something. If you remember years ago, I mean, even Heather Like, I mean, she even made a comment to him like, hey, what are we doing with these penalties? What is happening with these penalties? And Derek's got a good point. I'm going to bring it up here. Hydration needs to start 2 or 3 days before the game. It's ridiculous the amount of cramps we're getting. I agree. I mean, that's becoming a problem. And it's like now it's like every game. And I understand we're only down to certain guys. We'll get into the majority, a lot what's going on with the D line, the O line, everything else there, and the back end. But I mean, the injuries are very clear. There's nothing you can do about that. The injuries are the injuries. I mean, if they roll an ankle, they roll an ankle, or they hurt their shoulder. That's a part of the game of football. But the cramping has to stop. And I mean, I would crack down on. If it was me, I would crack down on guys. If you're not taking care of your bodies, if you're not being hydrated, you can't play in the game. I mean, it's that simple. For me personally, I think tonight, I thought Francis Breyu, Sean Fitzsimmons, and Isaiah Neal had absolutely outstanding games up front. Besides that, I don't know what was going on up front on the D-line. I mean, a 4-man rush, there was no pressure. I mean, the only one that was really getting consistent pressure was Isaiah Neal. Jimmy Scott had a couple pressures here and there, and then so did Francis Breyu and Sean Fitzsimmons. But, I mean, the majority of the game, I mean, that was like, that's got to change too. I mean, you got to get some type of pressure. I mean, but obviously too, we do have some undersized guys. They want more speed, which I do like. I do understand that. But if they can't get off blocks, I mean, good Lord, you got to call for help. I mean, at one point, I mean, the holding call was so clear, it didn't even get called. I mean, Isaiah Neal was pretty much like the offensive lineman had his hands completely on the outside and just had him just standing there. I mean, you know, and then that's another thing too. We'll get into it here, but Will, the defense was heroic today, playing the mostly third strings. Wow, yeah, that's another thing too. You know, there were guys I saw on the field that were walk-ons. I mean, there were walk-ons on this field, and we're going to go over the numbers again here tonight. Derek, John Gruden needs some of what you're smoking. Yeah, I know. I don't know exactly what the hell he's talking about. I'm extremely unimpressed with our D-line coach. We miss Partridge. Yeah, Charlie Partridge is truly one of the best. I mean, I miss him too, and the guy's at next level. But I think Tim Doust, at the end of the day, I think he's done a good job. They gotta evaluate the guys they're bringing in, and next year, I would imagine they'll probably go after some defensive ends. I think it's pretty crucial. John Gruden laughed my ass off. No, I agree. Brian Thompson, Junko dropped another snap and we got lucky. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's just like some of this stuff, you want to get it corrected because, homecoming's next week. NC State's coming to town. It should be a game that we should win. But you need to get this stuff corrected. I mean, and he's another one. I don't understand him. He is one of the most interesting bad players that I've ever seen play on a football field. I mean, the guy, he's a punter. I mean, it is snapped to you, you catch it, and you punt it. That is all you do all week. All you do. I don't understand. It's not like it was a bad snap either. That's the thing I don't understand. It wasn't even a bad snap. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys here. Let me see here. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to go over the numbers because, at the end of the day, the defense did play well. This will pull up here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So first up, we're going to go over the team stats. Obviously, tonight was probably, again, he's a true freshman. You can't get on a true freshman at the end of the day. But, he's 13 to 24, one pick, 143 yards passing. Overall, though, first downs. Pitt had 16 first downs. Syracuse had 13. Pitt went back to being inefficient on third down, 4 of 15 compared to 4 of 16, 1 of 1 on fourth down, 1 of 4 on fourth down. Here's the total yards, guys. Obviously, 260 yards of total offense for Pitt. That's absolutely horrific. But only 212 yards of total offense for Syracuse. Pitt forced turnovers. It forced turnovers, and, 212 yards, you just can't complain. That's why I was talking to, and I see him in the comment section here, and he's, just uber negative, Mike, talking about the defense. They gave up 212 yards. They had 76 yards of total offense in the first half. So, you can't be extremely upset with the defense because even though Narduzzi calls a timeout on third down and just forever, and I just, for the love of God, this is why I'm religious, because it just, if there wasn't a God, I would lose my mind. I don't know why you call a third down and long timeout on defense. I have no idea why he does it. It just absolutely infuriates the hell out of me. Again, Pitt was 13 of 24. Syracuse was 18 of 35. And they have no idea who they want playing quarterback. And I know they've got a lot of things to worry about. The rushing yards leader was Collins. Rushing attack, Pitt actually outrushed them, 117 rushing yards compared to 76. That was good to see. But here's just the story of the game. And again, the time of possession was pretty much even. Pretty much 30 minutes, almost to the dot, 30 minutes apiece. Pitt, 13 penalties, Syracuse, 12 penalties. And don't get me wrong. This is the one that just bothers me the most when you look at it. Interceptions thrown. They turned the ball over 3 times, Syracuse. Again, Syracuse, for whatever reason, just throws the amount of interceptions that they throw on a consistent basis is just absolutely wild. Pitt's defense just does a great job against Syracuse now on multiple occasions. The defense, again, three turnovers, 3 interceptions. I mean, that's kind of what you want. Pitt only 1 interception thrown. But 13, I mean, at the end of the day, 13 penalties, 114 yards, 12 penalties for 107 yards. I mean, that just can't happen. Any updates on Kyle Lewis? Nothing yet. I think they were probably being precautionary that he keep him out, but I have not heard anything yet for him. Obviously, I don't expect to hear anything from Pat Narduzzi. This was a very sloppy game in many ways, a similar game to WVU, but we won. Is this a good sign? I mean, yeah, it is a good sign. I mean, when you're clearly off and you're just struggling mightily on offense, it's good that you get a win. And you won. I mean, you won pretty handily. I mean, 30-13. I mean, you win by 17 points. You win by 3 possessions, and you only had 212 yards of total. I mean, 200. What? How much was it? 260. How much did I say here? 260 total yards of offense. I mean, that's pretty enlightening, as it is. So, I mean, that is a great update to where even when they're off, the defense played extremely well. This team, I mean, clearly is now on their 4th and 5th stringers at this point, and they're still producing at a high level. Braylon Lovelace is producing at a high level. Cam Lindsey took the field. He had a hell of a game. Nick Lappy had a hell of a game. Guys, we got to talk about him. This kid has just been a Pitt guy through thick and thin and just played his ass off tonight. So, got to give just a round of applause to him. Nick Lappy, man, what a stud. I mean, what a stud. The kid hasn't been playing a lot. When he gets in there, he works his ass off, starts this game in place of Rasheem Biles, and the kid just plays lights out. I mean, you just props to him. And that's being ready. That's being called upon whenever your number's called. I didn't realize the O-line was this bad, how many sacks were allowed and how many false starts. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, let's look at that here real quick. I mean, the amount of sacks was just ridiculous. I mean, let's go through here. The box score. So sacks, Kevin Jabody Jr. had 3 sacks in this game. 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7. 7 sacks in this football game. I mean, oh my Lord. And how many sacks did we have here? We had 2 sacks? And again, they were getting the ball out a lot quicker than we are. But also, too, I mean, they were creating pressure. I mean, the good thing is, again, Pitt is 5-2, 3-1 in the ACC. Syracuse 3-4, 1-3 in the ACC. But I mean, you look across the board individually here. Ricky Collins, 16 of 32, 50% completion percentage, 126, 2 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions thrown. Luke Carney, I understand why he tried switching up, just trying to create different mojo, but clearly Luke Carney, the playbook was extremely limited. Extremely limited. They had to take him out, and then they didn't trust him to throw the football. Ricky Collins led them in rushing 10 carries for 37 yards. Yassin Willis, if you don't remember Yassin Willis, the 4-star running back committed to Pitt, decommitted from Pitt to go to Syracuse. He's from that area. I get it. And plus, Fran Brown's a really good recruiter. He only had, he had 14 carries, 21 yards rushing. I mean, this is just pure dominance. I mean, and Ricky Collins really just took off. I mean, if you take out 37 yards here, 21, 30. I mean, they really only had 39 yards rushing. I mean, that's pure dominance. I mean, from the defense. Even with, you had to figure linebacker-wise. I mean, we have, 5 linebackers injured? 5 linebackers? I mean, I saw Ibrahim out there. He's a walk-on. He's a walk-on linebacker. Nick Lappy, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's on scholarship. I mean, you pretty much had 2 linebackers on walk-on status, and they played their tails off. I mean, that's a shout out to them. Mason Heinkel, 13 of 24, just over 50%, 1 interception, no TDs. Jakarian Turner, 15 carries for 42 yards. Desmond Reed. And this is another thing too. If Desmond Reed is not healthy, which I can tell that he is not healthy, he shouldn't be playing. I mean, I would not put him out there. I would be saving him for the final 3-game stretch, which is Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami. And those are 3 damn good football teams. Notre Dame beat USC tonight at home. They're a good football team. Georgia Tech is undefeated. They're going to be ranked in the top 10 this week. I would imagine Notre Dame's going to be ranked in the top 10 this week. Miami should still be ranked in the top 10 this week. I mean, it's going to get tough. You need to get some of these guys back. And still praying and hoping that Jaden Moore comes back after the bye week. I'd imagine he won't play until the last 3 games of the season. Joey Zielinski's back. You got to get Blaine Spires back. There's just a number of guys out. You got to get those guys healthy. Go through a number of comments here. Max, my man Max. I'll pull it up here. Seen a lot of people overreacting about Mason the offense. Different defenses are going to present different challenges. It's football. It is what it is. Adjust and move on. It can't always be perfect. I agree. And, I think the only thing is, it was a bad night. And I agree, Max. I don't know if they're overreacting. I think you can't call for Mason's job or anything like that. I haven't seen that. But if someone's saying that, then they're really overreacting. I mean, different defenses, to your point, present different looks. The biggest thing for me that I was happy about is I still won this game. The problem that I have is the penalties are just so ridiculous. I mean, you should not have procedure penalties. I mean, that's just basically lining up correctly. Motion penalties. And you cannot have someone going in illegal motion or a guy illegally downfield. I mean, it was like to the point where even the announcers were tonight saying it's almost like there was a flag of play. I mean, it was just ridiculous at this point. And it was just both teams. Do I think that some of the calls were a little egregious? Yes. The ACC needs to get better at that because this game was just hard to watch. The good thing is, though, they are 5-2. Again, 3-1 in the conference. John Waffle with another super chat here. There's currently a Twitter space with WVU and PSU fans laughing at Pitt. They are so rent-free they care more about Pitt than their own losses. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they're allowed to do what they want. I mean, WVU is 2-5. They lost today, and Penn State lost to Iowa. I mean, that's good. I mean, at least they can talk about something, I guess. I really don't care. Pitt won. What do we care? David H2P, Panther Layer equals tired. Talking college football with JJ Kitchen equals wired. That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I try to keep my cool here a little bit, but, I mean, good Lord, man, that was just so hard to watch, and we won. I mean, good Lord. Now, I will say this, though. We need people to show up next week. I mean, it is homecoming next week. From everything I can tell, Pitt's 5-2, 3-1. I would expect 50,000 plus at that Pitt game next week. But I even want more than that. I mean, I understand that there's an issue. We did not look good tonight, but we won the football game. That's the plus of this whole entire thing. And I think it's a good thing because it brought this team back down to reality of like, hey, just because you won 2 games in a row doesn't make you perfect. This game they struggled. They still won 30-13. I expect the corrections to be made. I know Cade Bell will be really getting after it. You can bet your bottom dollar that Narduzzi's going to be getting after this week, but hopefully he takes a look in the mirror because some of the stuff he needs to be correcting himself, and it's just constant throughout the years. But, I mean, the penalties are just through the roof. Going through a number of these questions here. Chris Peak's a good guy, though, guys. You know what I mean? Different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? But he's a great guy. I mean, he's him and Harry Paceris is the OG of Pitt football. But the next level of standard is Chris Peak. I mean, and plus also too, for people who don't know, he's a great guy. He's a very good human being. Christopher Lawrence, very undisciplined all around. Yeah, I mean, it just. That can't continue to happen, especially when you want to win big games. That is another thing. If you want to continue to start winning down the stretch here, you got to be more disciplined than what you've shown. And then that needs to continue to happen. Great. Another super chat here from Brian Thompson. Pull it up here. Did Pitt fans enjoy seeing Heather Lyke on the Syracuse sidelines? Orange is the new black. Jesus. Oh, Brian, oh God, brother, I needed that. If you guys did not see, Heather Lyke was on the sideline. She does work at Syracuse now. For everyone that doesn't know, She works there. She's like pretty much the assistant AD at this point, executive, assistant AD, whatever it is. Helps out with the AD, the chancellor. Syracuse is not big in NIL, so I think it's a good place for her. Obviously, she just did not believe in NIL. She believed in institutional success. That was good 20 years ago. It's not good now. Just not going to work now. But she was on the sideline. I can imagine she was definitely rooting for Syracuse, as you can imagine. But she was there. She does work for Syracuse University. So, interesting to see what her thoughts are, what she was watching that game. But Speedy Tortoise, props for Manilac for developing guys like Lappy and having them ready. Couldn't agree more. And I've talked about this before, too. Also, too, the eye emojis. This before the football game today, it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. And Pitt was back to their roots before they started the game here today, and it's a Whippeal guy, and you guys will find out down the road. But it's a good pickup. I am happy about that. That was probably the most positive thing in what we saw here today. Besides the win itself, the game was horrific. I mean, it was the ugliest thing to watch. But I think you'll hear about the eye emojis here probably towards the end of the season. Probably in November, you'll hear about it. Going through a number of comments here. Again, thank you, Brian, for another super chat, as always. Also, too, people were asking me about this. We got to stop the stuff behind the scenes of Pitt fans saying, well, where is Alan Green? I mean, what do you want Alan Green to say to the media? I mean, the guy is doing a phenomenal job, and I've talked to numerous sources. And again, whether you believe it, you don't believe it, the good thing is I don't care. I'm telling you the way it is. They are doing a great job behind the scenes with donations. This guy, I'll tell you what, man, I was happy about him. That was almost like a John Gruden right there. I'll tell you what, guys, this guy right here, he is the next level guy. This guy, he's a big football guy. But Alan Green is doing a tremendous job behind the scenes with athletic donations. And if you're not following the Panther Club, you should be, because those major donations to the Athletic Directors Fund, from what I've been told, are over 7 figures, allegedly. So he's doing his job. And Joan Gable is 100% in on football. So is Alan Green. And also, too, go look at the roster that basketball is putting together. They're putting together a great team over there. And you guys better start learning the name, the general manager's name, Jay Kuntz. That guy, we took him from West Virginia. That was Bobby Huggins, Huggy Bear, or as I call him, Drunky Bear. He literally, that was his right-hand man. And he knows talent. And this recruiting class that they're bringing in for next year, I got news for you guys. It's very relationship-based. They love Jeff Capel. They love the staff. They love Jay. But guess what? They ain't coming in for free. Pitt's investing a lot of money into Pitt basketball right now, and they're getting a lot of good guys. I can tell you that right now. Offense was anemic most of the second half. What gives? Just different looks. I think they just had a tough game today. My biggest thing is I'm okay with Pitt having a tough game. I was not expecting Mason Heinschel to throw for 330 yards every single game. There are different challenges, different presentations that you see during every single game. What I wanted to see was more clean football, and that was just not the case today. But also, on the other hand of that is, they didn't allow it to where it turned into a loss. Last year, if this game would have happened last year, this would have been a loss. This would have been a loss last year. But this game, we won 30-13. You got to respect that. You have to at least take, okay, we look like shit on offense, but at least we won. And we still, on offense, scored 23 points. And then Kenny Johnson scored 7 points on a punt and return. I think that's at least commendable. And again, it's a privilege to sit here and complain about this stuff after we won. Because if we would have lost today, it would have been pitchforks everywhere, which rightfully so. I would have been one of those guys too. But right now, here's the reality of it right now. This football team, I'm seeing some John Gruden comments in here again. I don't know why we're seeing that. This football team, guys, is 5-2. We've now won 3 in a row after going 2-2. The 2 losses on bad O-line play, bad quarterback play. We changed out quarterbacks, bad coaching by Narduzzi, bad coaching by Cade Bell. There's clearly corrections that have happened here. Took a little bit of a step back today, but they still won the game. They've won 3 games in a row. I cannot urge you guys enough to show up for, and again, I'm going to be there next week for the NC State game. It's a homecoming game. If you guys could help me recollect me here, what time is the NC State game next week? That would be great to know. Vinny, 25 flags for 200 yards is insane. I completely agree with you. That should not be happening. And again, it was both teams. So there was flags on both sides. It just, you got to wonder what was being called and what was not being called. But to your point, Vinny, that's great. Adam and Mark, appreciate you. Speedy Tortoise, thank you. 3:30. Guys, our boy Derek is, I can't wait to go to his tailgate. Obviously, we'll see if my younger brother Austin's back in town. That'll be fun to get him to go to the game because he wants to go to a Pitt game while he's back in town. But obviously, the World Series is a little bit more important. So you can imagine that. But guys, it's homecoming next week. I cannot urge you guys enough. And it's a 3:30 game. I'm going to be down there more than likely, being able to walk around for a little bit before heading over to see my boy Derek, who's just an incredible individual coming up for the game. He's going to have a massive tailgate that, we're all pitching in for, and just a great guy and a great human being to begin with. But Derek is the man, which will be really cool. Hopefully see our boy Rob and everybody there. It's going to be so much fun. It is homecoming game. This is one of the best games to go to on the schedule, and it's against NC State. NC State, even in their faults, they are a physical football team. The more people, the merrier, and obviously the Panther Pitt has certainly shown up. Cannot urge you guys enough to go to this football game on Saturday because we are 5-2. We're 3-1 in the conference. It is clearly wide open right now, and anything can happen at this point. Pitt will have more W's than PSU and West Virginia combined. I agree. Again, Penn State lost today. They're now 3-4 on the season. West Virginia, if it wasn't for Boston College, West Virginia is the worst, is easily the worst team in the Big 12, but they're the second worst team in the Power 4. I watched that game today before the Pitt game and going back and forth between the SEC, the Big 10 game that was on. It was pretty nice. But the Georgia and Ole Miss game I was watching a lot and most of. I couldn't even watch the West Virginia game. I mean, they are so anemic on offense and defense. And it's just, they're not even a Power 4 team. I mean, they are losing by 30-plus points a game. I mean, that's what makes that loss even worse. Like we saw a couple comments, like Jim Hammett put up a tweet about, which again, was a tremendous video. You should go see it. Jim Hammett posted a video of Pitt alumni in an Irish pub in Cooperstown singing the alma mater. The Pitt alma mater. I suggest you do go to his Twitter account and look at it and listen to it. Truly incredible. I wanted to run through a brick wall. I almost found an individual outside my place here and almost tackled somebody myself. That's how pumped up I was. But I saw a comment from a WVU fan. They're like, well, good luck hanging on to the WVU loss for 3 more years. I'm sorry. None of us care. None of us care. That's the West Virginia Super Bowl. That's great. You won that. That you can't sell out your own stadium. Maybe actually worry about winning football games. And again, Penn State and West Virginia can do whatever the hell they want. I've said before, and we had it on live last week with Harry and Eric, who are tremendous, and they'll be on tomorrow again for the Sunday conversation. If you've not done so, hit the like button down below, subscribe. When you are subscribed to the show, every time we go live, you guys will get a notification. So pretty simple. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button down below for the algorithm. It's just, allow them to talk, man. At the end of the day, their seasons are over. They're absolutely horrific, and West Virginia is horrible. And I tried to tell them that it was going to be a bad year for them, and it truly is. At the end of the day, guys, it could be worse. We're sitting here complaining about flags and stuff like that and penalties. At least we're 5-2. We've won 3 straight games. they've lost 4 straight games, 30-plus points every game. I mean, they're getting their doors blown off. I mean, I tried telling them the Rich Rodriguez hire was a bad one. That's going to happen again. And I saw a comment on X, because I follow Kuz's Corner, who is truly the best at covering West Virginia athletics. He said they're going to bring in 35 freshmen. Good luck, pal. Good luck, because you're going to bring in 35 guys, 35 freshmen. More power to you, Bobby, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get your ship pushed in again next year. 35 guys, plus that means you're going to have more guys transfer out. So probably 10 to 30 different guys will bring into the portal. I mean, Anthony, thank you, sir. Thank you for this. And click the bell icon. Thank you. When you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, because then when we go live or a video is posted, you will be notified right away. Guys, we have 500 people in here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and obviously going through a number here of the super chats and everything going on here. Great response here. Tyler Buchanan on X330. Thank you, sir. John Waffle with another super chat here. Someone told me that Tepper wants Gruden as the Pitt coach. Well, John, whoever told you that was a dumbass. No kings except for Mason Heinschel. David, amen, brother. Mason Heinschel's still my guy. I love him. And again, he's a true freshman, man. The kid's battling his ass off out there. That's all you can ask for, man. John Randolph. Boozy Turner has some serious speed. He had a huge touchdown run called back off a BS holding call, which I agree. That was another one. That call should not have happened. And that reminds me of Vinny. Vinny's comment right here, 25 flags for over 200 yards is insane. Vinny's got a great point here. Pretty pumped up, too. Vinny, I'll be seeing your dad on Tuesday. Small business, supporting small business. So I'm pumped up for that. For everyone that doesn't know, obviously, I'm a relationship manager in banking for First National Bank. So I'm pumped up. I get to see him. And Vinny's dad is truly a tremendous Pitt fan, tremendous supporter, but even better man and better individual. His business is just flourishing, and he's just a great individual overall. Going to be good to see him. Great guy. Boozy Turner, he does have great speed, man. He's going to be a tremendous football player for us in the future. I'm excited to watch him continue to develop, continue to get better as the year goes on. But it's got to continue to get better each week. And I think that these guys are just learning as they go. The only thing that I say is it's just very correctable, and it just should not happen. I'm okay with physical mistakes. If a guy like Kendall Stanley should not have had a personal foul penalty. That was blatantly just being physical with another defensive end. That's a guy finishing his block. So Kendall Stanley did a hell of a job there. I don't want to hear this BS from these referees saying, well, it was excessive. It was not excessive. That's a young man finishing his block, and that's what I love to see. Those are mistakes, and those are flags that I'm okay with, because that means that guy is playing physical to the whistle and making sure that he's doing his job. I like that. What I don't like is the procedure penalties, the false starts. I understand it was probably loud at the Dome tonight because obviously it's indoors. It is 42,000 people there, if it's indoors. I mean, and plus they have, I don't care what anybody says, anybody that I've ever heard go up to the Dome always says they bump in background music and they bump in background noise. I mean, the Indianapolis Colts used to do that back in the day as well. At the end of the day, that's the stuff that I'm not okay with. I'm not okay with dumb 3rd down and 15, 3rd down and 20 timeouts by Pat Narduzzi. That's being stupid. Procedure penalties, that's stupid. False start penalties, that's stupid. You just can't do that if you want to be a consistent winner. And I've talked about this before. How does each individual team, and you saw a number of us upsets this week. LSU, they lost. Brian Kelly might get fired. Dabo Sweeney, he's probably out the door. Clemson, he lost again this week. Ole Miss lost to Georgia. He's not going to certainly be out. I mean, we'll be down there next year to face them. Who else was another one? Texas Tech. And again, I've always said the Big 12 is just very average football play to begin with. But Texas Tech lost to Arizona State. Arizona State's 5-2 now. I've talked about it before. How do you handle success? And when you look at the football teams right now that are handling success the best, Georgia Tech's number 1. Georgia Tech is 7-0. They had a sloppy game today, guys. I mean, they won, I think it was like 20-13 or something like that. They didn't score a lot of points. but they're understanding what it takes to win football games. Pitt did the same thing here tonight, even with the dumb mistakes, the dumb penalties. Georgia Tech has handled success. Louisville beats Miami. Miami, Carson Beck did not look good, threw numerous interceptions. They lose that football game. I think it really comes down to the best teams in college football are able to handle success. And we're going to watch this Pitt football team. We're going to grade this Pitt football team. Again, I could talk forever on stuff that I just cannot stand the way that Pat Narduzzi does stuff. There's just stuff that just irks the living hell out of me. But at least they won. That's a correction, and that's a next step in the right direction. At least they won. Because last year, this would have been a loss. This would have 100% been a loss. But to your point here, John, Boozy Turner does have great speed. We do have 3 guys that can play back there. Des Reed, Jakarian Boozy Turner, and Joel Goff. I just think that moving forward, if Des Reed's not healthy, don't play him. It's only going to get worse. We want that guy fully in health. That's my opinion. If Mason is hurt, showed he had some Kenny in him. Coffee, I don't know if he is, because even at the end of the game there, he was firing passes. The guy was just, throwing it very well. I haven't heard anything after the game at all or anything like that. But when you're throwing the ball like that, especially at that velocity, I don't think he is hurt. I think he maybe just tweaked something when he threw it. Let's see here. Some more comments here. We did get this one, the super chat. We did get that one. Oh, yeah, Adam, you're going to give us a tease on your tweet from earlier. Again, it's just taking care of business and recruiting in the WPIAL. That stuff will come out later on. You'll know who it is. Obviously, there's a number. Between the Penn State guys that decommitted, the players that are currently right here in the 2026 class, you'll see a bunch of stuff. But it'll be, I'm not a guy that ruins that moment for them, but it's a great pickup. I can tell you that right now. Let's see here. Alan Lopez, obviously one of the owners of Colonial Beer. Thank God I'm at a wedding. Could only watch the fourth quarter, but my Aloes was awful. Alan, I couldn't agree more, brother. At least they won, but it's just like you watched that offense. It was just anemic because it's the offensive just miscues everywhere. It was just rough to watch. Wolf HD. Nothing else to say. I hope Mason's shoulder is good. On to NC State. And that's kind of where I'm going to probably leave it here tonight. I don't see any more super chats coming in. It is on to NC State. And again, guys, we got 500 people in here right now. Go to the game on Saturday. We have a chance to really do something, big time. I can't tell you enough. For me, the tailgating is going to be so much fun next week. I can't wait. Now, before the game, I certainly walk around. You guys will see me there. It'll certainly be a lot of fun. If you do see me, come over, say hello. Love to take a picture with everybody. Pitt fans are truly the best. I hope to see you guys on Saturday because it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be bumping. The Panther Pit will certainly be rolling. Pretty excited for them. And I think it's going to be a damn good football game. And a lot of energy. I think, from everything that I've heard here after this game too, a number of people reached out to me. Pitt's excited to come home. It's been these past couple of weeks, you're first at Florida State. Now you're at Syracuse. They're ready to come home and be in front of the home crowd again. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It should be good. Guys, again, 3:30 kickoff time against NC State. It's going to be a fun one. Make sure you guys get involved with it. Don't see any more super chats here. So, guys, thank you again. David, hail to Pitt. JJ, you are loved. Thank you. Vinny, me and my dad love what you're doing on YouTube channel. We try to watch every chance we get. You, my friend, have elite ball knowledge. Hail to Pitt. I appreciate that, Vinny. I appreciate that. Be excited. I got some sneak peek stuff for your dad on Tuesday. So I'll be talking to him on Tuesday at his event, which is always good to support. He's a great man overall. Appreciate you for subscribing to the pod. Always asking great questions. Truly appreciate you guys as always. Alan Saunders, new subscriber. Thank you, sir. Thank you for subscribing to the show. Cannot thank you enough, guys. If you have not heard, my next goal is to get to 2,000 subscribers. That's where we're really headed at this point. Really and truly appreciate it. Appreciate you, David, for tuning in. MCPP66, I just subscribed to. Thank you again if you've not done so. Share the channel. Go over, watch it on YouTube. Cannot thank you guys enough for subscribing to the pod. We are growing at a rapid rate. Again, tomorrow, guys, we are going to be going live at 8:30 p.m., and it's going to be 8:30 p.m. start time. I expect Harry Paceris from Pittsburgh Sports Now and Eric from the Bird Cave. If you've not followed the Bird Cave, go to the Bird Cave on YouTube, subscribe to their channel. They should be here tomorrow. Need the band at more away games, possibly. But yeah, we're getting more subscribers. Guys, the Sunday conversation is going to be a good one, and it'll be good to hear. Obviously, as you know, Eric will break down tape. He's going to be talking more about that. I'm actually going to get off of here and go watch the tape. I'm going to actually rewatch this game. It's about midnight right now, so I'll probably get done taking notes around like 4:30 in the morning. But I'll watch the game here, rewatch it, take notes, look at more what happened. Eric certainly will take a look at a lot of his stuff that he does. He'll be back on tomorrow. Make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon down below. Appreciate Anthony for writing that. Make sure you hit the bell icon down below to get all the notifications. When we go live, you'll know about it. When I post a video, you'll know about it. It's going to be a good one, guys. But at least, here's the good thing. Enjoy rewatching the 20. Brother, it's going to be a long night, brother. It's, and obviously, I'm going to the Pitt basketball game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, so I'll be there for that. But I got stuff to do tomorrow at like 9:30 in the morning. Plus, I want to hit the gym at like 7:30 in the morning. So I'm probably going to get a nice, good 3 hours of sleep here tonight. So that's a good thing. We'll be hitting the gym at 7:30. Got stuff to do at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning as well. So after the gym, I'll take care of that. We got the basketball game at 2 o'clock, so I'll be back on Pitt's campus. And who knows? Maybe I'll take a look around and see if there's some certain area to fit a certain venue, maybe, that I've heard about. Who knows? We'll talk more about that maybe down the road, but it'll be interesting. Guys, thank you for tuning into another episode of Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen. As always and forever, be good, be safe. As always and forever, hail to Pitt and hail to the ACC. I'll see you guys next time.